We are that. What up, you guys? Hey, Booze. Caprice, Caprice. It's up. It's you. What are we reading about today, Caprice? What's the scene? Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad that y'all are enjoying yourselves. I'm glad I could facilitate a space. Ugh, a crumb. Oh, come through, come through. I'm so glad. I'm glad that y'all are enjoying, truly. That makes me happy. Mmm. I got you. Cards. I want to know, how does Caprice see her boo? I will be giving more story times soon, I promise. And I'll make them like 10 minutes so they feel like something, but they're not too long. Alright, how does Caprice see her man? Six of Pentacles. Ooh. Alright. So as I said before, sixes are good. Sixes are, well, I'm doing three cards. I'm doing three cards. I'm gonna do three cards for you. So the Six of Pentacles is a card that is underneath the Lovers. The Lovers is the sixth card in the tarot. And the sixth sign of the zodiac is Gemini. So it's Gemini energy, right? But the Gemini affects the nature of the Pentacles. Pentacles are earthly, right? So when we get the Six of Pentacles, we're dealing with someone who literally, you see him in the terms of Six of Pentacles as someone who gives more than they take. And so I feel like personally, um, as a Pisces, I'm sure like you care about the financials and you care about the physical, but it is the emotional that is the biggest thing to you. And communication is huge for you. So I feel like because he does so much, I feel like in ways you kind of feel almost like bad about having fault with him because financially he is a provider. And the Taurus energy, the earthy energy that you can count on. So part of me feels like with that aspect, I do think that there's so many aspects, of him that are, embedded in showing. Taurus, they like to show more than they like to tell. They actually really, I feel like Taurus masculine energy isn't as talkative. Like they can be, but they're very more demonstrative. So I feel like the fact that he's so giving and so loving, it almost overshadows, but not completely. And I feel like in ways it probably feels like, you kind of feel petty, but you're not being petty. I think that someone can be really great in some areas, but in other areas they can totally be missing it. And that's okay. I feel like the acknowledgement of that is important though. Now, how does he see you? What is the energy behind him observing you in love? Eight of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to be real with you. The Eight of Pentacles is kind of a wild card, mainly because when we have our Eight Pentacles, I feel like we're really dealing with, expectations. Um, I feel like there is an uneasiness. I think that at times, I think he feels taken for granted. I think that he is aware of how much he provides, but I feel like there may be a little bit of energy that kind of gives. Sometimes I feel like he's frustrated. There's a frustration there, um, as if he almost feels that he's given so much. He feels like he is proving himself, and I feel like that's a big part of the contention, is that he truly thinks that he's doing so much, and I feel like in ways that kind of makes you feel diminished. It makes it feel like your issue that you're, I feel like, at least coming at him with love about, he's taking it very personally. Um, and the I do think that the what he has done so far in the relationship is what he thinks is his best, truly. Now, Five of Cups is what I pulled for the marrying tie between you. And part of me feels like the Five of Cups kind of shows uh, a desire for something that's gone. Um, Looking at the past so much, like dwelling on it longer around people who are no longer emotionally invested, people who are no longer partners. There is a desire perhaps to maybe both of you recreate a love that you've had before, but there's definitely a hold on the past for y'all. um, it could also mean that there was something that happened in your relationship, a major loss, that almost feels like the catalyst for how this all began. Um, Maybe the communication became lost around that time. Maybe something happened and it affected how he was able to speak or you were able to, listen. Mm, yeah. There is a slight lag, but I feel like it stopped for 1 second. Um, yeah. Personally, I do think that there was a lot of trauma that may have occurred earlier in the relationship. Not super early, but before this. Um, and so personally, I think maybe there could also be the Five of Cups, honestly, is it usually shows three cups knocked down, two cups in the distance. And usually it kind of means that there's more opportunities, but you're so emotionally messed up about what was happening beforehand. So maybe in ways your desire to communicate more isn't just about talking in general, it's about talking about specific things, talking about the loss that happened. Why did the communication drop? Why did he stop holding space for you? And I feel like you're being very pointed and asking about these things. And personally, I do think that there's something more going on. I do think that he might be affected by something, or maybe a hurt from the past might have, come up for him. But it's something internal definitely something emotional, and I feel like a lot of masculine people, especially earth signs, have so hard hard times expressing anything but aloofness and joy. I hate to say it, but earth signs are very aloof, or we're joyous. I feel like if we're sad, we don't like to show it to people. We don't like for other people to see our pain or our trauma, because we don't want to believe that that's who we are. But any person who really knows themselves knows that we are lots of things. We're sad sometimes, happy others, going through shit, doing well. There's lots of ways for us to exist. We don't only exist in trauma. So, personally, I do think that he needs to definitely go seek some therapy. But I do think that it has to probably be a couples thing before he feels strong enough to go on his own. But he does need some real help. I feel like the fives are honestly some of the most cruel cards. They're cards that are evil for evil's sake. So truly, I feel like whatever happened in the past, it was something that was out of anybody's control. It was something random. It was something that no one could have predicted. More importantly, it's not your fault. You didn't do anything. This has zero to do with you, everything to do with him. It's about a desire for something that will never ever be again. And perhaps for him, that might be the honeymoon phase of the relationship. It might be that part of the relationship where you can't have complaints because you don't know each other enough. Whatever it is, though, I do think that you should seek guidance, together as a couple, because I think that he needs you, but I do think he has a fear of how much so. I think a lot of like masculine people don't think about how just being a breadwinner or just being a provider can be unfulfilling. I think a lot of them are on autopilot and they don't consider that by not creating any time outside of working or lounging for healing, meditation, they're really missing out. You're very welcome, Caprice. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Hit the like button, chat. Thank you so much. I always need a hype person. Come through, hype person. Hype up my chats. Hype up my likes. Thank you. I appreciate I appreciate everybody who is allowing me to read their cards. Thank you, Caprice, for your time. Crown, are you still with us? If Crown is still here, you're very, very welcome, Caprice. Truly, connect, connect, connect. Go and seek help because help is there. Cute. All right, Crown. What's the tea? What's going on with you? Oh, Christine, thank you for chilling. Getting shuffled up. Mmm. Ooh, Sag and Sag. You're wild for that one, but I feel you. All right, let's see. Should you